As I was sitting in my office just reflecting on my life and different pursuits that I've chased and walked on and micro success that I've gained over the years, and just taking the whole seat back and seeing why I'm in my office and other people are struggling and where I'm struggling at and all of my pain and suffering came from. Basically, I came up with the conclusion that it's two things that will rob every single person watching this video from their dreams. Those two things are stimulation and being destructive. Now, stimulation, when people look at that habit, when you have no sense of self, when you have no clarity, when you have no direction, you're going to get pulled in. And Napoleon Hill talks about this all the time in Outwitting the Devil. He calls those people drifters, and 99% of the world are drifters. They're getting pulled by all of these different things. They're consuming more than they produce. And when you have an aimless life, now you're what we call the drifter. And the drifter is a person that has no sense of self. They have no direction. And now they're in this big whirlpool of everybody else in society that's struggling and going through pain, and the escapism through the clubs and the females and the dudes and sex and just being a degenerate and all these other things. I'm not telling you that I'm some saint and everybody should listen to me. If anything, people should listen to me on what not to do, as well as some things on what to do when it comes to running a clothing brand and stuff like that. My biggest demise and stuff that held me back from my dreams for years is living a degenerate lifestyle and with females and cheating and chaos and alcohol and all these destructive patterns, which is my second thing that I'm about to talk to you about. So once you are stimulated and you're consuming more than you're producing, I can almost guarantee you're going to have destructive habits, because majority of your friends and family, they have destructive patterns. And when you look at them, they're being stimulated by everything that's going on in the world, and everybody's looking without and they rarely ever go within. So when it comes to the destructive habits, the alcohol, the overindulgence in weed and women, anything that can be too dangerous when it becomes too much. Always remember that. So my whole thing is, if you can't control your alcohol, if you can't go 30, 40, 50, 60 days without alcohol, without sex, without weed, without a certain drug, without being stimulated, you have an addiction, point blank, period. So for me, my whole thing is, why don't we get a sense of clarity on what we want, who we are, who we want to become, and that 5-year person out from now, start becoming that person today, as in right now. And then we treat ourselves to the dopamine once we accomplish certain goals. So for me, on my phone, I don't get on my phone that much throughout the day. I make sure that I only try to stay on my phone an hour and a half a day. Right now, I'm completely 302 days sober, I believe. Let's look it up on my phone real quick. So if we could go right here, click on my clean day, y'all can see that. I'm 302 days sober. For those that don't know, alcohol played a big role in my life, not just in my 20s. It started even when I was a kid, just from stealing my dad's alcohol at 14. And I go from 14 to 17, not really drinking like that. Started drinking a little bit at 17 in high school. And then outside of there, from 22 all the way up to 32 years old, my life was a downward spiral when it just came to women, alcohol, making wrong decisions and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to be done drinking forever. I'm going to drink again. But for me, I had to go to an extreme measure and put myself on the extreme dopamine detox from alcohol. So one of my goals is, I'm not taking a sip of alcohol until I'm touching $100,000 net profit a month. And I'm saying that publicly just so you can hold me accountable to it. So next time you see me drinking, you can ask me on my Instagram or on here, like, did you reach that goal? And yes, more than likely I did reach that goal. So I'm not taking not one sip of alcohol until I'm touching 100 bands a month net profit. Now that can be in the next 5 years or the next 30 days. But that's how you guys should set it up as well for yourself. You guys should set up these goals and go on a dopamine detox, and then treat yourself to the weed or to the alcohol and to sex and all these other things once that goal is accomplished. But many people can't do that, and many people aren't built for that. And that is exactly why 99% of the world are very destructive people, and they are very stimulated people. And that's why a lot of people had $1 million dreams, Rolls Royce concepts, and they never got to get in a car and drive them, simply due to the fact that they have been consumed majority of their life, if not all of it, with destructive habits and being overstimulated to these phones and to people, places, and things that are not serving them. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys got some perspective from it. Like I said, please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Machiavelli's out. Peace.